Okay, so I'm back once again. Now it's time for the tie breaks. All right, I know you guys saw me flexing in the thumbnail. Okay, you'll understand real soon why I decided to put those pictures of me flexing. Okay, actually they're really unnecessary, or I thought it'd be pretty cool just to have them in there because it looks like I don't know. If figured people would click on it more. It's like clickbait, but like not really because I flex kind of. Not really. You'll see. Anyway, we had Brett start us off in tie breaks versus Almighty Goons. From the last video, you saw that we went 3-3, and we had to go into tie breaks. In tie breaks, what happens is there's a fixed standard tier as one game guaranteed, and then each team picks a tier. So we, the Fluffy Rejects, chose standard, and they, Almighty Goons, chose LC. So we have to play one LC game and two standard games. So the first game was by Brett, my man. Okay, he pulled up in LC in the original playoff game. So he decided to do the same team. And what happened was he got the same person and the same matchup. So the same game plan will work, or hopefully anyway. The game plan is get up webs, get up screens, and then kill stuff with setup and very strong Pokemon. This time, however, we do have Togepi, which is pretty cool. It probably helped with something that he maybe thought he was weak to. So, that's cool. But yeah, maybe Thunder Wave just for support. Anyway, the same game plan. Essentially the same team. Rosalie Berry for any random fairy moves, I guess. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so we have Swaddle lead because webs are cool. We go hard into Togepi on the Ponyta because that's cool. He clicks Will-O-Wisp. This time, it does not matter even if it missed because it's a Togepi that gets burned, and that doesn't matter. Hyper Voice, as you see, does no damage to Grimer, but it's okay. We just go into Swaddle and get up our webs eventually, right? Or not. We died to Poison Jab. Quite unfortunate. But we do get information from it, and we know that it dies to Boom Burst. So we kill it, which is hella good. Next, we decide to break Sturdy, because Brett's so insane that he's so good. He has such good foresight that he understands that after Sturdy is broken, everything becomes like 10 times easier. Anyway, clicks U-turn on our Scraggy. We click knockoff to get rid of the Eviolite, I believe. Yep, but we get burned. Unfortunate, but Brett's getting everything set up right now. Alright, it does not matter. It literally does not matter. Brett is just setting everything up. We Drain Punch to do negligible damage, but, it's damage. It's chip. Chip is chip, Clicks Drain Punch again on the Morning Sun. We see that he'll just end up healing up, so we should Dragon Dance one of these turns, I think. If not, or we should switch. Yes, switching works too. That's a fine play. Just pressure it somehow, rather than just letting it heal up while we die to burn. So he clicks Fly Blitz. We take 50, but we get the D-Gleam off. Chip is chip, Brett knows that that's all the chip he needs. Anyway, finally decide to sack Scraggy, I believe. Yep, he gets the crit. Unfortunate, but whatever. Now here, Brett has actually very good foresight. He understands that the win con at this point is Shelder. So, in order for Shelder to win, what must happen is getting up a Reflect so that Grookey cannot kill Shelder and can Shell Smash, and Shelder can Shell Smash on it. Because nothing on his team will kill Shelder aside from Life Orb or Specs Starmie. Any other Starmie will not kill it with Energy Ball or Thunderbolt or whatever. But what will kill it is Grookey. So, if Grookey can kill it, that would be bad because then our win con is lost. So what we need to do is set up Reflect, and luckily Brett managed to see this line, as here we sack our Abra, just to get up our Reflect, and we live the next one. It was a roll, but it doesn't matter. We just need to make sure that Reflect is up on the turn that Abra dies. So he goes Starmie, and as you can see, Thunderbolt does not kill. We get the Shell Smash off, and yeah, it's pretty much over from here. Rock Blast does way too much damage. 5 hits. Because of Skill Link, takes that out. Grookey comes in, Icicle Spear that. It's very dead. Yep. Only 2 hits needed. Geodude, this is where the breaking Sturdy comes in. He doesn't have to risk the miss or a Berry Juice or anything popping because he can just click Liquidation and kill it. And then, of course, he takes out the Natu with Icicle Spear. And that's it. That's the game. Very well played. He had, like... Brett just played very good force hit. Like, this is not the level of play that I would expect from anyone in BoB. Like, seeing this many lines ahead is very, very good. Like, Brett absolutely displayed a insane show of skill here. So yeah, very well done to Brett. We're up 1-0 in tiebreaks, one more win, and we're good to go, basically. That's it, we move on to finals, so we won one more. So, now it's me. Alright, unfortunately, I couldn't go with my plan of flexing and losing 0-6 because Boot didn't play yet, which means I didn't know if he won or not, so I actually had to try. You know, trying is like kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, having to try, I decided to build this team that we'll go over right now. Right here, as you can see, it's Mega Slowbro with Scald, Ice Beam, Toxic Flak Off, Spadef, because I figured that Lodhi Os will be a special variant, and if it didn't have it move to hit me, if it was like Calm Mind or something, Spadef actually does wall it. Like if it was Surf, Psychic, Calm Mind boost, then Spadef will wall it and I get Toxic plus Ice Beam it. Zapdos is Defog, Heatwave, U-turn. No Thunderbolt, because the only thing that Thunderbolt will hit is his Talonflame, but Talonflame should be very afraid of Zapdos anyway and should never stay in, which would in turn give me free U-turns on it. It's pretty fast and just heavy duty boots plus static. Nothing too insane about this. Just the move choices a little, maybe seem a little weird, but Heatwave for Ferrothorn, just so I can actually ensure that I can defog on it, and then U-turn just to get out on his Gliscor, because Gliscor would otherwise be a very big problem. So next up we have Roselia with Poison Point. Now this is cool because I do expect that Coco will run some sort of Taunt, Roost, U-turn set. Maybe Nature's Madness, maybe Dazzling Gleam last move. But I do understand that Taunt U-turn or Roost U-turn is definitely coming. So Poison Point will punish his U-turns. It's essentially a Scald Burn chance on every time he clicks U-turn for him to get poisoned. And then on top of that I have Spikes and then Dual Stab plus Synthesis for recovery. Just Fist Def because that's just what it is. It just helps versus Coco Calcs. Like I don't need Spadef for anything, so I just max out Fizz Def. So yeah, Spikes plus potential Poison Point plus Rocks plus Sandstream. Everything will get chipped very quickly. That's the game plan. Get everything chipped very quickly, and then win with Hydreigon, as you'll see later on. Next we have Clefable. It's Magic Guard, Softball, Flamethrower, Moonblast, Aromatherapy. Flamethrower for Ferrothorn, obviously, because Ferrothorn's kind of annoying to deal with. Right now, the only real answer is Zapdos. But I don't want to get toxic with Zapdos and waste a turn having to Aromatherapy, because that will boost me tempo. So I have Flamethrower just to do severe amounts of damage so that, again, Hydreigon can take it out later on in the game. Mixed Defensive is just for Latios, like Life Orb, Psychic, and Psyshock don't kill this, which is pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. Next up we have Gigalith. It's Spadef, just Rocks, Stealth Rock, Rock Blast, Stealth Rock, Toxic, and Rest. Rest is a pick, because he does have Coco, but I figured that in the late game I might be able to PP stall some stuff just by resting off, and the other three moves are fairly standard. Rock Blast, Toxic, and Stealth Rocks, just get up rocks, toxic stuff, and get damage. Yeah, Max Spadef because that's just a decent, like, stat to have, just for special Lottie. It's another, like, pivot from Lottie and other special attackers, like potential special Coco. Now, Hydreigon is the quote-unquote win con. If I get up Spikes and Stealth Rocks and there's Sand Chip and Poison and stuff, the Coco will eventually be forced to roost on my Hydreigon. Which means that on that turn, if I get it right and I click Earth Power, the game should be won. Because once Coco goes down, and if everything's just taking constant chip from Spikes and Stealth Rocks and Sand, they will just lose to Slowbro plus just Dark Pulse spam from Hydreigon. So that's why you have Roost, Nasty Claw, Earth Power, Dark Pulse. Earth Power plus Dark Pulse hits everything except for Ferrothorn. So again, that's why we have Flamethrower on Clefable. If it somehow decides, okay, I need to come in on Clefable, I can Flamethrower it and put it in range of Dark Pulse. So yeah, fairly cool team. Let's watch the game. Okay, so lead Coco. I'm fairly free to just click U-turn here to see what he does. He does able to be taunt, which is expected, like I said. I go Roselia, and here I can get up Spikes because I know he won't stay in. He does U-turn and he gets poisoned immediately. That's pretty big because that means he's going to be taking chip for multiple turns. Like, not like he'll start taking chip immediately, basically. After, like, spikes plus poison will happen immediately. Although it is very likely that he would have eventually got poisoned from the U-turn. Like, if he would have kept on clicking U-turn on my Rosalia, and he would have eventually got poisoned, because it's 30% chance. But yeah, it's very nice for me that he does get poisoned immediately, because that just means I have to waste less turns. This game will be over quicker, because he will be taking chip faster. Anyway, I get up my spikes and I go Zapdos to threaten it out with a Heat Wave. I click Heat Wave as he Scouts Roar and the Protect, so I know he's probably not going to stay in, so I click U-turn here on the incoming Gliscor, which is good for me. I can get him my Slowbro. Or Hydreigon, either or work, because I can immediately threaten his stuff with a Nasty Block to scout what he does. He just click U-turn immediately, and he goes on to Coco. I'm not quite certain what he's going to click here, so I do have to scout and go into my Rosalia this turn, as I do, and he does make the U-turn play, so I know next time I can probably try to play more aggressively with Hydreigon, but for now it's fine. I double into Gigalith, expecting Talonflame, but it didn't work out. So, you know. Yeah. He clicks Taunt as I click Rock Blast. I expected the Taunt, but I wanted to also gauge damage on Rock Blast. So yeah. He clicks Toxic on my Hydreigon, which is kind of annoying, but I do have Aromatherapy. It just means a little bit of loss of tempo, but as a stall team, losing tempo doesn't really matter that much, except for when I'm trying to bring in Hydreigon, obviously. So, yeah. I get some damage off on Drapion. He clicks Facade, doing no damage. He clicks Toxic again. Now, Aromatherapy doesn't actually lose that much tempo, because being able to Aromatherapy heals 2 things. So he wasted 2 turns, and I only wasted 1. So, you know, that's pretty good for me. Anyway, I eventually get the Scald Burn, and I go into Gigalith expecting the Facade, obviously. As I do get it right, and he gets more chipped from Sand plus Burn, essentially cancelling out his Black Sludge and taking an extra 6%. He clicks Knock Off on my Slowbro, and here I'm free to Scald and finally take it out. As, yeah, he should just click Facade. He does. I could have slacked off. Oh, I did slack off here. Never mind. So, I mean, like, it's not going to make that big of a difference. But he does click Taunt here as I get my Ice Beam to kill it. So, I think I would have been at roughly the same HP regardless, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but, you know. He makes a good play in Tricks. So, let me explain this. I went to Clefable because, like I said, it is my response to this. He chose to be Trick Choice Banned. So Trick Choice Specs would have been very threatening, because Psychic plus Ice Beam does not have a very clear switch in on my team, especially if it was paired with Energy Ball. Psychic, Ice Beam, Energy Ball would literally hit my entire team, and I don't have a switch into Specs, and Trick would essentially eliminate Clefable. However, being Choice Banded makes it so that he actually won't be, well, it obviously reveals that he's physical, which means that he won't actually be able to touch my Zapdos, and he won't be able to touch my Slowbro either. So I don't really know what he was going for with the choice band thing, but we'll see how it plays out. Anyway, I used that one turn to click Aromatherapy, essentially healing off 3 things, which is very cool for me because that essentially means I got 3 turns for 1, which means I gained tempo from that turn. He clicks Toxic and then U-turns out as I just click Scald, I believe. Yep, I do force such a Roost here, but it's not going to be that big of a deal. Obviously, he's just going to Roost up, and I get my Rosalia in. I'm forced to Synthesize here because I am getting pretty low, and he's going to U-turn, put me at 50. So yep, I do just Synthesize up. Then I go hard into Zapdos as he clicks Stealth Rocks, which is a good play on his part, but you know, it is what it is. I click Heat Wave, and then this time I don't know if he's going to switch out, so I do just click Heat Wave once again. Deal pretty solid amount of damage. Heat Wave one more time as he U-turns out. Now he's fairly low, he can't actually switch in on some stuff, but like I said, here, he clicks Dragon Claw and he does no damage. I can just roost that off every day, right? As I do just do that. He gets Static Parried, but I don't think this comes into play. Or at least I don't believe so. Anyway, I click U-turn, and I get the crit. Again, I don't think this comes into play either. I think he just roosts it off eventually. Maybe it made it so he has to roost a little faster, but other than that, I don't think it mattered. Anyway, I go Clef with Flamethrower. I don't get the read right as he gets Gliscor in. He gets the roost off, but I get my Slowbro in to threaten something else. He U-turns one more time, as I believe I just slack off this turn, just to get back HP. Yep. And after I switch out, I will be at 100% due to Regenerator, as I just go Rosalia, fairly free switching. He clicks U-turn once more, but every time he switches, he's going to be taking spikes damage. He makes a good play as he doubles from Talonflame into Gliscor, and now here makes another good read, and he clicks Earthquake instead of U-turn as I get up my rocks. So yeah, 2 turns was pretty good for him, but this turn I go into Clefable so I can pivot out. Or, sorry, I can click Moonblast fairly freely here. As he makes another good read, or sorry, I click Aromatherapy, wow, I'm all over the place. So Aromatherapy, once again, isn't actually that good of a play here because I'm only essentially clearing my Slowbro, but it does make it a little safer for a Slowbro to come in on things. So it was equal tempo, but it wasn't a very insane turn. Moonblast or Flamethrower would have obviously been better. Obviously, Flamethrower would have been ideal because Ferrothorn came in. But anyway, I get Aromatherapy off, and now Slowbro can come in. So he goes to Gliscor expecting something else to come in, but it doesn't work out too well as he's forced to U-turn. And this turn, now he will actually finally die to Scald because his Stealth Rock and Spikes are up. Oh, actually, he managed to just barely live, so he gets to roost off here, which is a little unfortunate, but next time he will actually die to Stealth Rocks plus Spikes plus Scald if that ever happens again. He gets Sound Flame in, but I do just have my Slowbro. He SDs, he knows he's forced out, but I will Mega just to prevent the crit anyway, as I click Scald. But once again, this Latios will not be able to touch my Slowbro because he is physical. Anyway, as you can see, he just roosted. I click Slack Off just to see if he maybe had Energy Ball or something, but he obviously doesn't. He took Dragon Claw, does negligible damage, and now I can Ice Beam until I either crit or he paras, or he gets parried, and yep, he just clicks Dragon Claw and he dies to the next Ice Beam. Coco comes in, takes a lot of damage. He's probably forced to roost, but I'm not risking it, so I'm just going to try to sack Gigalith. He does just roost up, which means I do have my Gigalith alive, which is pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, he U-turns out, goes into Gliscor. So I just click Rock Blast. Chip is chip. Yeah, so, you know, pretty cool so far. I go Hydreigon here, expecting the Earthquake. I get it right. Now I can Roost up, or I can Nasty Plot. Roost is an okay play because regardless of what he does, I don't get too punished. So, yep. Now I can Nasty Plot up. If he U-turns, this will be the turn that I think I can get the Earth Power off because he is actually forced to Roost. If he doesn't Roost, he will just die the next time he comes in. So he does Roost, and I get my Earth Power off, and now Coco dies. And from here, like I said, it is very much over. I just have to not misplay, and it should be fine. I sack my Hydreigon to Talonflame, then I go Slowbro to Slack Off. He goes Gliscor to get his Toxic off, which is fine, but I just need to get my Clefable in on his Ferrothorn and then Aromatherapy so that I can always switch it in between these two and click Scald and eventually win. So I go Zapdos here expecting the double, and it also covers him staying in. A U-turn on his Roost. If he had clicked SD, I go into Slowbro. Since he clicked Roost, I go into Gigalith, and I can spam Rock Blast until this dies. So yep, Ferrothorn comes in. I'm just going to spam Rock Blast so that I can get in my Clefable on this Ferrothorn after this Gigalith dies. I can go Aromatherapy, and then I can safely go into Slowbro. So yeah, he clicks Body Press, kills me immediately. Nice. So now I can go into Clefable, quick Aromatherapy. Regardless of what he does, this game is over at this point. If he SDs, I live the next Brave Bird because I'm at 82%. I can't get crit because of Shell Armor. He Brave Birds, there's not enough damage anyway, and he dies to Scald. Brings in Ferrothorn, and then I believe I just kill with Ice Beam. Yep. So yeah, fairly solid game. The like highlight was that it ended a lot quicker because I got the first turn Poison Point on his Coco U-turn. Or not first turn, but first time. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I think I played this fairly well. Actually, I don't think I really misplayed. I think he just made some very good plays, and I got caught on some of them. So it's my bad that I got caught, obviously, but I don't think they were true misplays because this Pokemon is obviously not a sequential game where there's perfect information. It's not like chess, right? I can't know what he has. But yeah, I definitely did make some blunders in not being able to catch what he was going to do. So those are the only misplays I really made. But other than that, I played this fairly well, and we got the win. So now we're 2-0. That means we won tie breaks, and yeah, we move on to finals, which is pretty sick. Pretty cool, bro. So yeah, final game we have Boot. It doesn't matter, but I still obviously want Boot to win. You want to have a dominant showing. We'll go over his team right now. So, he's playing the same matchup, I believe. So, it's almost exactly the same. The only difference is he changed Toxicroak to Special, I think. Or he made, like, I think this was made into, like, a Air Balloon or something, and it was changed to Special. But I think that's everything else is essentially the same. Yeah, everything else was the same. Melmetal was changed to Rest, Toxic, Earthquake, and Double Iron Bash because we figured that this is how we figured the game would play out. He would Will-O-Wisp as we double Iron Bash to do 50%. He would Hex, then we would click Rest, we would be at full HP and we wouldn't be burned, and then he would be forced to Will-O-Wisp one more time, and then we could double Iron Bash to take it out, at which point we would be at 94% after that turn ended with a dead Dragapult, and we still have Rest if we need to rest later on. So yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so turn 1, Pelipper leads versus Melmetal. Obviously, Boot should just go hard into Swampert or go hard into Melmetal, because we do not want our Specs Pelipper to die to a Thunder Punch. Right? Obviously, we do have U-turn, but if it's Scarf Melmetal and we die, well, look at our team, tell us what the ground resist is. It's obviously Pelipper, and he has Earthquake and Earth Power. Unfortunately, Boot doesn't sense that or see that line, and we just sack our Pelipper. Then we go Swampert, get up our rocks, which is pretty nice. He goes Torn. As we click Earthquake, he makes a good pivot there, but here, he clicks U-turn on our Coco that comes in, and now he brings in Toad, and yep, where's our Earth Power switch in? Unfortunately, it does not exist. He clicks Earth Power into Grass Knot to kill our Swampert. From here, Dracovish comes in to do something, but it doesn't really work out. Now, Boot misplays here once more. He clicks Fish's Rend, even though the correct play is just Draco Meteor, because not only does that avoid Rocky Helmet, it also avoids Aftermath, and Fish's Rend doesn't actually kill because Sucker Punch went first. So, again, Boot is really misplaying this game, and it's really frustrating to see because he was playing so dominantly in the regular game for playoffs, but yeah. It's a very uphill battle from here. We can't really do anything versus Seismitoad anymore because our Pelipper was killed first turn. So it's very, very disappointing to see this performance. And then here again, Boot throws away our Toxicroak because he knows that this is Scarfing. He knows that it will outspeed, but Boot, I think, maybe just gave up at this point, which is, again, not ideal. But, you know, we won, so I'm not, like, super upset, but I am very, very disappointed in the performance from Boot in Tiebreakers. I expected way more. Way more. He made a couple of very bad plays here that eventually led us to lose. But yeah, kind of sad, and it kind of sucks to end it on this note, but we did win, and we'll go to finals, so I guess next week we'll have a finals video, and if that one goes to tiebreaks, I guess we'll have a tiebreaks video for that one too. But hopefully we just 6-0, and that's the end of BoB, boys, alright? So see you next time in finals. Thanks for watching. Bye.